Hello and welcome. My name is Ruth and I am the Magpie Stitcher here on Flosstube. This is Flosstube number 5 and today is the 5th of April 2026. This video is all about my cross-stitch journey. If you are new here, welcome, and I hope you enjoy what you see. And if you have been here before, welcome back. It's so good to see you again. Okay, I'm going to start today by giving you some stats, and then we'll move into one finish and then the projects that I have stitched on this month. After I finish those, we will talk about a little bit about what I will be stitching on in April, and also I will let you know who I've been watching on Flosstube. And I've got a couple of new ones. Okay, so firstly, I stitched on 8 whips and had 1 new start and 1 finish. I did a total stitches of 10,973, and I stitched 30 days out of 31 days of March. So I'll start now with my finish, and I finished Nativity Tiny Town. I went to a retreat, stitching on a border retreat. I had hoped to finish it there, but it didn't get finished there. I think I had about 160 stitches left. So I did those in the next couple of days after I got home. So this is Nativity Tiny Town from Heart in Hand. It's stitched on a 32 count Evenweave, hand dyed by Lisa of Paddock Lane Designs. It was the October 2025 Fat Quarter of the Month, and the colour is called Sandy. And I think it's perfect for this. I will be attempting to make this into a drum. I stitched 2,253 stitches to complete that project in March. Next one I worked on was my Heaven and Earth cell. This is Glistening Wings. It's stitched on 28 count Evenweave. I'm stitching at 1/1 full cross, and the fabric is gridded. I only stitched on this for 9 days. That's quite shameful, really. Things got crazy at work. I take it to work and I sit and stitch between my bus runs. But we had a lot of excursions, and for 2.5 weeks we were out every day doing something. I did probably 4 10-hour days a week for 2.5 weeks. So it was very busy. The pay packet was great, but that left little to stitching time. So I only stitched 1,781 stitches on it, and I only stitched on it for 9 days. So it's a really poor effort. I think I said it was Heaven and Earth Designs, charted by L&L Designs. It's an AI pattern. It's very pretty. Next thing I worked on was Fellowship of the Rings. Fellowship of the Rings is a chart I purchased off Etsy from Maxispatterns, M-A-X-I-S, patterns, it's one word. I, again, let myself down here. I only stitched on it for 6 days, and I did 891 stitches. So yeah, so basically maybe 3 rows of stitching, 4 maybe at a push. So that wasn't really a great effort, but it is starting to look good, and I really like that I have got all of Frodo's face in there. That one will be for my son, who is a Lord of the Rings fan, and I do have the other 2. posters. The next one I stitched on was Grandma's Lilacs. This was Whip Go Cool number 5 from, I think that was from January, maybe February. And I had only done half of the allocated stitches on it, so I have completed the amount of stitches I wanted to do, and I did another 566 stitches. That's beautiful. I love the colours. It's stitched on a 18 count gridded Aida. And Carolyn Manning is the designer of that. Next I did Ukraine Gnome. He was Go Call number 22, also from February, and I put 1,056 stitches. I finished the sunflower, except for I think there's a few white stitches in there that I haven't done yet, and it's stitched on, and I think it's a 16 count Aida in the colour Bruised from the Stitching Spot, and I really like those colours. It's just stunning. I like, yeah. And I bought that from a Etsy shop. I think it was WonderStitchUA, I think, is where you can get it now. And that's a very beautiful design. Okay, next I stitched on the old timber house. It's an Australian heritage house from Olga Gostin. It's one of a series that she's doing. I stitched a lot of this jacaranda tree. It's absolutely beautiful. I did some of the sky, I think, and some bits in the roof of the house here. There's some sort of white sort of colourings there that are really difficult to see. Now I put a total of 1,557 stitches into it, although only 795 of them were actually done in March. The rest were done in the first few days of April. I still have another 4 threads. This is my thread a day project, so I still have 4 threads to catch up, which, yeah, it's been a crazy month. So I will complete them in the next couple of days. Next I worked on Cinderella. Cinderella was the Whip Go Call for March, and she was both Whip Go Calls for March. My projects, I have 12 projects, and each of them get twice. So this is number 3 and 4, and they each got 1,000 stitches. So she got a total of 2,032 stitches. However, only 1,732 of them were done in March. The rest were done on the 1st and 2nd of April. So she's looking lovely. This will be a gift for my daughter-in-law. My daughter-in-law is a fan of all the Disney princesses, and I really hope that she enjoys this once I get it finished and framed for her. I do plan to do the other 3 original Disney princesses, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Okay, the next one I worked on was Stroke of Midnight. There was the only reason I had for working on this was because I wanted to get some more stitches into it. I put 526 stitches in, so that brings it up to close to 800 stitches, I think. So I'm quite happy with my progress there. This is going to be stunning when that is finished, and this one is for my daughter. Okay. Oh, there goes my needle minder, sorry. The next one I worked on was my new start, and this is the Collingwood Football Emblem, and I have done 1,343 stitches so far. I'm not quite up with the scores. I'm stitching on this as with the scoring. When they play a game, if they win, I do their score times 10. If they don't win, I do their score by times 5. And 1 week they had a bye, and I'm just putting 500 stitches in for that week. So I think I've got a bye and 1 week to catch up, to get it up to where I'm supposed to be. But I will probably do that over this Easter break. Okay. I did say I was going to work on quirky birds for March, but that didn't happen. I didn't get a I just didn't get enough stitching time. Let's be real, work is just something that gets in the way of stitching time. Okay, so but I do plan to stitch on it in April. Yes. Okay, so let's start with my Whip Go calls for April. Number 13 for me is a new start. So I will be putting 1,000 stitches into this. It's called Dreaming Birth Record. It's designed by Ruth and Bill Moorhead for Dimensions. And it is a chart I picked up at an op shop, and I really liked it. I've got a new great niece, and I hope they like it too. So of course I will be changing the name and birth date to what it needs to be. And it is the pattern is from copyrighted 1999. So it's gorgeous. Now I have a dilemma here. I have 2 pieces of fabric that I really like, and I'm not sure what to stitch it on. So I will show you the fabrics, and you comment in the comments which one you like the best. So I'll start with this one. They're both Paddock Lane design fabrics. Let's put this down. The first one is I'm in the Fat Quarter of the Month Club, and it has 2 colours. It's pink on one end and purple on the other. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, if I do it on this one, I will just do one end or the other. So if you prefer this one, comment which end that you'd like me to use, the pink or the purple. The colour is called Fairy Duo, and it's February Fat Quarter of the Month from Paddock Lane Designs. It's absolutely gorgeous. And of course the other piece is also a Paddock Lane Designs piece, and it's a mottled one, and it's called Fairy Floss, and it was the December 2024 Fat Quarter of the Month, and it's got blues and pinks and purples, and it is just stunning. I'll just show you the other side, because sometimes they're a little bit different when they do these mottled fabrics. So if you want this one, comment Fairy Floss, and if you want the duo, comment Duo or Fairy Duo, and then comment whether you like the pink or the purple end better. And again, these are beautiful fabrics from Paddock Lane Designs, hand dyed by Lisa, and this is what I will be stitching on them. Okay, the next one I'm going to stitch on is my rose tea set. Here it is. I lost it for a moment. Okay, rose tea set. This is where I was at. It's a kit I bought off eBay about 20 or so years ago. It's stitched on a very stiff 14 count Aida, but I am determined to finish it. So it was Whitgo Call number 14, and I'm going to put 500 stitches into that, only because the Aida is so stiff and it's so hard to stitch on. Then my next one is Grandma's Lilacs again, which I showed you before, and that's down for 1000 stitches, so I will be putting 1000 stitches into Grandma's Lilacs. Okay. And then I do a thread a day piece every month. Last month it was Old Timber House, as you saw. This one is the ballet dancer, inspired by Renoir's ballet dancer on the famous painting. It's beautiful. So I would like to put a thread a day into that, or in this case stitch in a thread a day, because I have some hanging threads there. I might have more than 30, but so that's the full width of it. There are 6 rows of white stitches on each side, which I don't know, it's in the chart. When I started stitching them some years ago, it was, yeah, I'm thinking that, you know, I probably didn't need to, because I would have could mat it, but I will still put a mat around that when I frame it. It's just a piece that I think needs a mat. I bought it off a site, again I bought this many years ago, and they don't have it anymore, but Orenco Originals, they have an Etsy shop, and they have a lot of this kind of artwork made into cross stitch, and I've got quite a few that I purchased as paper patterns off eBay quite a few years ago. I believe they also have an eBay shop still. The other one that I would like to get some stitches into that I didn't last month, of course, was my Quirky Birds from Tidy Patterns. Okay, that's I would really, yeah, like to get that. That's a piece of a 32 count Evenweave. It's a opalescent one. It's dyed by Paddock Lane Designs. I can't tell you what the colour is. It was a mist dye. It had, well, there's still a little bit there of a big splotch of, I don't know, grey or something that I'm going to be able to fully cover up. So, but yes, it's a beautiful piece of fabric. And I don't know if Lisa actually makes this colour or not as a regular line, but if she did, I'd buy more. I just love it. It's beautiful. Now the other, I will also be stitching, of course, on my football emblem, and I will try and keep up with the scores as the game is played. And I will also have another new start, Christmas Tiny Town. I will be starting that this month to replace the Nativity Tiny Town that I've just finished, and we'll probably be using it in some challenges, and I just wanted something small to do that with. Okay, so that's all of my projects I've got for you now. I'm going to talk to you about some Flosstubers I've been watching. And I'm going to start with two new ones that I've found. The first one is called Stitching in the Rain. Natalia is, she's a lovely lady. She's originally from Russia. She's married to an American, and she lives in Seattle. Her husband's name is Jason, and in her very first Flosstube, although she says the word whip parade, I don't think it's all of her whips. She has Jason rate all of her, or she chooses 15 whips, and she has him rate them and talk about what he likes and what he doesn't like about her whips. Now, it's quite fun to watch. And Natalia is a bit of a fashionista. She loves clothes, and she loves to, and she takes us out and about. She inserts bits and pieces from places she goes, the park, mostly the park. She does do some of her floss tubes in the park. The first one that she did with her husband, they were sitting on a park bench, and they were discussing her cross stitches that he liked, and he was giving them a rating out of 10. So she's really lovely and fun to watch. She's very upbeat, and if you're having a down day, she's fun. She really is. The next new one I found was cats.cross.stitches. So cats is K-A-T-S .cross.stitches. Now Cat is an Aussie. She does quite a few samplers and a few stitch alongs, and I really enjoyed watching her videos and seeing her progress. So, and another one that I was reminded of that I've watched a few times, but it's sort of, lots of floss tubes out there, and that's Christy from Stitching Mum of Two Monsters. Now I met Christy at the Stitching on the Border retreat recently, and Christy also makes needle minders, and she has, it's called Once Upon a Needle Minder, and it's on Facebook if anyone wants to go and have a look at her things. And Christy does a huge variety of different charts, and I believe in one video she mentioned that she loves doing dragons. So there's a good one to watch for you. Another one I've been watching is Tassie Stitches. Melissa has been doing them on her own just recently, but it's Melissa and Carolyn. Carolyn is taking a break from doing videos at the moment, but they also run the Down Under Divas Facebook group, where they have some challenges and stuff like that, and it's really lovely to see what whips they're working on, and at the moment what whips Melissa is working on. It's so they're really good. Another one I like and I've been watching recently is Jen's Stitchy Corner. Now Jen's from the UK, I think, and she does a lot of seasonal stitching, and she does a lot of daily video updates for she did Flossmas, she did 16 days of winter in January. So for 16 days she worked on only winter inspired projects. She did full coverage February. She had one full coverage piece that was her focus piece. She's doing an Alice in Wonderland one, and it is huge. And then she worked on some, and she spun a wheel for that to put 500 stitches into some other pieces. And she's also done a springtime kind of videos now that it's turned to spring over in the UK, and she was, I think that was like 10 days of spring. So yeah, she does some fun videos, and I really enjoy watching them and seeing what she's stitching next. So they're just some people that I thought you might be interested in watching. So that's all I've got for you today, and I'd just like to say thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos, and please come back again. Okay, thank you. Have a wonderful Easter and a wonderful April. Bye for now.